You're lost. Okay, now you put your big tablespoon of Crisco in there.
But 2 cups of flour, right?
What?
2 cups of flour?
Yeah.
And like a heaping tablespoon?
A tablespoon. It's one of the big ones. And you don't have to measure. Just reach down in there and make it heaping up. Just like maybe if you were measuring out, it might even be 2 of them. But just reach in with your tablespoon and then get your heaping spoonful.
Okay, got it. Is Crisco
Okay.
just like fat?
Now I'm not hearing you good. What?
Is Crisco just like pure fat?
No, you're fat. Well, no.
Yeah.
It's imitation stuff. Probably not good for us, but because we use lard, and then they come out and say Crisco was the best, and so now they'll be saying pretty soon that's not good for you. Anyway, and just your hands are clean, so take your fingers and crumble up that Crisco in your flour till it's crumbly.
Okay.
Okay.
Do I need to preheat the oven yet?
Now what?
Do I need to preheat the oven yet?
Yeah, I guess so. That would be good.
For what?
Make it 425. Sometimes some people use 450, but if your oven runs hot, that might be too hot. So start it in 425. I mean, try this time 425.
Okay, I'm crushing up the Crisco.
Okay, now you got it all crumbly with your flour. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just gradually add your milk, and
How much?
and now you use. Well, I guess it just depends. So just put a little bit to start with, but you want it to be wet. But you want it to be wet, but you put it out on a wax paper and douse flour around on it, and that's where you knead it. That's KNEAD, in case you don't remember that word. You take your handprint and just work the flour in till it's nice and smooth, and that's when you roll it out and cut the biscuits. But it's nothing to it once you learn.
Okay, so add the milk.
But now, if you don't put enough milk, it will be lumpy. Now, your mom's used to be lumpy till she started putting enough milk in them. And now I think she can make them smooth.
So you mix it with your hands again?
No, you can use your spoon.
Okay,
I mean,
with the milk?
use your spoon to stir up the milk and the flour. But once you put it out on the wax paper, you will use your hand because you'll get some dry flour and spread it around the top and then knead it in to make it smooth. Now, if I was there to show you, you may not understand what I'm saying, but you've seen her knead it up. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You probably know all about it anyway.
Should I get the wax paper ready?
Yeah. Have you got your milk in the flour yet?
Not yet.
Yeah, okay.
Not yet.
Okay, well.
All right, milk and the flour.
Mm-hmm.
All right, just
Now,
what consistency?
you don't want it to be runny, but you want it to be mixed up, because if it's not, then it'll be harder to knead up, and then to roll out to cut your biscuits.
So it's just flour, milk, and shortening? Wow. Alright, I'm
Now,
adding the
or
milk.
now you're stirring it now, and then you got it mixed up, but it's a little wet, because if it's not wet, it'll be lumpy.
It's kind of lumpy right now.
Yeah, we'll put a little bit more milk in it then.
And I got buttermilk, too.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Do you drink buttermilk?
Oh well, I do. I don't keep it, but I like buttermilk every now and then.
Does it taste like it's spoiled?
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, but it's not. Well, I mean, it shouldn't be. And if you don't use it all, it will stay in the refrigerator because sour milk makes good bread anyway. But you don't want to keep it till it gets old. But if it gets a little old, it's okay.
So, how do I know when it's enough milk?
Oh, well, okay, it is, you can stir it up in your bowl, and it's wet, but it's not, well, it might be a little lumpy because you've not kneaded the flour in there, but make it wet enough that you can use a spoon and stir it up.
But it's still kind of thick?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I might have it.
Okay. And then you take your spoon and put it on the wax paper, and then take your dry flour and kind of sprinkle it all over it and pat it and then make it dry enough to roll out.
Make what dry now?
Your biscuit dough. See, it's wet now because you're going to be kneading it up, but you're going to knead it up to make it smooth. Now, if I was there, I could show you, but maybe it's a little hard to understand.
Okay, so cover the spoon with dry flour?
Now what?
Cover the spoon with dry flour?
Now, I don't understand that last word.
With dry flour.
Oh, yeah. Now, put the dry flour on it after you put it on your wax paper.
Okay. Do I put dry flour on
right,
the wax paper?
yeah. Now, if you got the mixture stirred up and it's wet and sticky, then you pour it out on your wax paper, and then you start adding the flour and kneading it in. And the first thing you know, then it's going to be smooth.
Okay, gotcha.
And then when it gets smooth, it's when you roll it out. You've got a rolling pin, don't you? Well, and if you don't, you can use a glass.
Yeah, I don't know where it came from, but we got one.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, I gave Sarah one, but probably maybe from her mother or grandmother, Christina's mother. Now, you got a biscuit cutter. If you don't, you can use a glass.
Oh, no, don't have a biscuit cutter.
Okay. Well, take the smallest glass you got, and it'll do. They don't cut them as sharp, but it'll be okay.
Do they still sell biscuit cutters?
What?
What store do you go to buy a biscuit cutter?
Okay. Anywhere. I mean, I haven't bought one in ages. Walmart, or Target, or any place that sells like cookware.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be much. Of course, it's been ages since I bought one. Maybe $1. Maybe, because all you need is just a plain one. Or sometimes you can get little ones and then big ones, and maybe they're in a pack. But but they do cut it sharper. The glass will kind of press the flour down or the mixture down or the smooth, and then the biscuit cutter cuts it quicker or sharper. More even, maybe I'll say.
All right, so now I'm sprinkling some dry flour.
Yeah. And you just keep kneading it, turn it over, and put some more flour in it, and take your bottom of your hand and just pat it around. And that's kneading. K-N-E-A-D-I-N-G, not kneading. I don't think you're done, but I mean, since you're over the phone, it's hard to tell you.
Right. It's all just drooping, glooping everywhere.
Now what?
It's all just droopy and gloopy everywhere.
See, I don't hear you too well. It's something everywhere. What was that word?
Glooping.
Grouping? Well, anyway. Still don't understand the word.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a real word or not.
Well, spell it the way you're saying it.
Glooping.
Well, I don't think that's a good word. Oh. But for the first time, that's okay, you know, because I bet they'll be good anyway. Just don't cook them too long.
True.
Rachel knows how to make them now. In fact, everybody brags on them.
It's all stuck to my fingers.
Well,
it's all stuck to my fingers.
Oh, yeah. It'll stick to your fingers, but it'll all wash off. Just put dust your little flour on them till you get through. So, but once you start kneading it and you get it kneaded and it's smooth, then it won't be sticky to your fingers. That's when you use your rolling pin and then cut them out.
Okay.
Of course, if you hadn't kneaded that dry flour back in there, they'd have been too sticky for you to roll. Right. They would have been all over your fingers. But flour comes off easy, and you can and wash up your pan as soon as you put them in the stove, because the flour is kind of hard to get out. Not really hard, but once it dries.
Hard to get out of what?
Well, it's hard to get out of the bowl and or off your fingers. We used to use, when I was a kid, we didn't have glue. We made glue out of flour, and it was called paste. And it would hold the things together.
Because it would dry up and stick together?
I can't understand half of it.
Because it would dry up and stick together?
Oh, yeah. But not as good as glue did, but it served a purpose, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But as long as your finished product is, when you roll it out, it's smooth, and don't roll it too thin. Now, you may not make many biscuits, but it's better not to make too many to start with. But make them roll them out about maybe half an inch or an inch thick. And that way, they'll be fluffy. I mean, thick when you put them in the oven. Or when they come out of the oven, you know. Now, you take a picture of them. Whether they come out good or not, take a picture of them.
If they don't come out good, I'll find a picture on the internet, and I'll pretend they're good.
No, if they don't, that's okay. Eat them while they're hot, and they'll be good anyway. Mm-hmm. Just as long as you don't burn them.
Right.
I think you're smart to do this. Mm-hmm. Now, are you frying some sausage or bacon?
Sausage and bacon.
Oh, well.
Mm-hmm. Well, not at the same time.
No, no. But you could be, if you want to learn it, you could put your, you could almost fry the sausage and bacon while you're making your bread, So you'll learn, and, as time goes by. And I think it's smart that you want to learn.
Mhm. Yeah, now you'll have to come down and I can make them for you.
Oh, well, that would be neat. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think you're the first boy that I've taught.
Really?
Rachel and Sarah and Rebecca can make them good. And of course, Sarah's not made that many, but she knows how. And it's really easy once you learn. People think it's not, but it really is. You just don't tell anybody. You don't tell everything you know. Just don't tell anybody how easy it is. Because it really is. It really is.
And Jennifer and Aunt Jane know how?
And what?
Does Jennifer and Jane know how?
Now, you got the gist of it, so I'm going to hang up so you can concentrate on it, okay?
How long do I bake?
What? Well, it's hard to say. You look in the oven. Now, this is not professional. Probably not more than maybe 6 minutes. But you put them in there, and then you look. If you want to look later and see that they've risen up, and you can kind of tell if they started to get brown. Then that's when you turn your broiler on and stand there and watch them. So that way your bottoms won't get too hard.
Got it. Yeah. You put them on a cast iron skillet?
Well, now, I put mine, when I cook mine like in the morning or just a few, the cast iron skillet will keep them warm while you're eating them, but usually you just use a red pan, But if you want to cook them in a cast iron skillet, you can.
Well, I don't have like a clay pan.
Well, it doesn't have to be a clay pan.
Oh.
Do you have just a bread sheet or something?
Like a cookie sheet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. But now, they won't stay warm while you eat them like as much the cast iron skillet will. Do you have, you've got a cast iron skillet, don't you? Seems like somebody got you one.
Mhm.
Okay. Do you just have one?
I have a big one and a little one.
Okay. Because I've got plenty. I'll give you one.
Okay.
If you got two, that's probably enough, but.
Can you knead the bread too much? The dough too much?
Now what?
Can you knead the dough too much?
Yeah. They say if you knead it too much, they will be tough. But you probably haven't kneaded it, too much. But turn it over and pat it out and then roll it with a rolling pin. Just don't roll them too thin.
Okay. Wash my hands and I'm going to roll it out with the rolling pin.
Now I can hear you.
I'm about to roll it out with the rolling pin.
Okay, good. Good. Now, is it smooth?
Yes, it sure is.
Okay, good. And I knew you could, but that's smart to be your first time to get it smooth.
Yeah. Well,
you must have watched your mama.
Or you.
Yeah. Yeah, you just turn it over and pat it and roll them out. And like I said, excuse me, it's really easy once you learn how, but people just think it's hard. Yeah, they think, oh boy, he's a chef. You don't ever tell your secret. Oh, I told you, I don't know why I keep referring to this, about, Hezekiah about him telling telling the king of Babylon about all his riches and jewels and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I told you about that.
Yeah, about after.
Anyway, he was going to die, and he prayed to get better, and he got better. And so he was so thankful. The king came to see him, and he was so proud of being alive. He took him and showed him all his jewels and gold and stuff. And then Hezekiah, the prophet, came in and said, "What? Who was that?" Now, this is paraphrasing. He said, "Who was that?" He said, "That was the king of Babylon." He said, "Well, what did you show him?" He said, "Oh, I showed him everything." And now, who did I say that? Oh, Isaiah, I think he was a prophet. Anyway, he said, "Well, just for that, your sons will be carried off to Babylon and be made eunuchs." And so this shows you don't tell everything you know. Not that your sons are going to be carried off, but, I really, didn't, well, of course, I guess I thought that was harsh, but because he was a Babylon, and back then they had nothing to do with Babylon, and but now that's in Isaiah. I heard a sermon on it, and I guess it just stayed with me that the prophet said, you should not have shown him all this, and for that, and sure enough, his sons were taken to Babylon, and they became eunuchs. And if they weren't an eunuch to start with, they make you one,
Mhm.
So that was a tragedy.
Yeah, that's pretty tough.
But yeah, I know it. But then they didn't fool around with you. You did wrong, and probably your head went off. No, not really your head, but maybe. Okay, did you got them kneaded now and rolled out?
Yeah, now I'm cutting them out.
Okay. Then I'm going to hang up and run and get me a drink of water, of course. And then you call me back, because
Okay.
I want you to take a picture of them, okay? But watch them so they won't get too hard.
Okay.
And I almost guarantee they're going to be good. Bye-bye. Love you.
Love you. Bye-bye.